What's up, YouTubers? We're back.
What's up, y'all? Thank y'all so much for tuning in again. We truly appreciate it. What are you saying?
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Because you be saying stuff when I be looking. Okay. But anyways, we really appreciate you guys tuning in again. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now. To all the ones that already subscribed, thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the feedback that you guys gave. It was amazing. Actually, it was really overwhelming. The love, and you guys just don't know, the feedback that you give truly helps us to strive for greatness. We didn't expect the love we got. Like, it was
overwhelming.
It was amazing. Like,
thank you.
I mean, and it wasn't even like something we planned, something we, it was, we just went with the flow. But thank y'all so much. So apparently somebody liked it because you're back.
And you've also been leaving comments. You've sent in questions. You've also sent in topics for us to talk about. And we want to encourage you to continue to do that. But in the future, when you do send them in, address it to Poppa, Doc, and Lady Doc. Not Salt and Pepper. Not Kim and Orange Man. Poppa, Doc, and Lady Doc. But thank you.
Oh, right. So we do have a lot of topics, questions, and comments. People still want to get to know us, and we don't mind sharing. We're open book. So keep the questions coming, keep the comments coming, keep the topics coming. We don't mind touching bases on anything that you bring up. If you have a question, if there's something that you have going on, and you want us just to kind of touch base on it and get some feedback, we'll do it.
And let me speak on relationship, because this was brought to my attention. This is off the script for us, the comments and questions y'all sent us. But one of my coworkers today asked me about how can he surprise his wife, for her birthday. I started thinking, like, whatever you decide to do, make sure you put your heart into it. But at the same time, people, men and women out there, don't wait for a special occasion to make it a Marvin Gaye lingerie night. You can be romantic any day of the year. We get so comfortable and so established in a relationship to where we just forget the dating part of the romance part of the relationship. Back in the day, you used to date, you'd go to different restaurants, wine and dine someone. You even went to the zoo, spend time together. Don't wait for birthdays,
I like the zoo.
anniversaries.
To the zoo again. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Don't wait for birthdays, anniversary, or Valentine's to be romantic. You can do this any day of the year. Remember
That's
that.
True.
Remember that.
That's true. That is very true. It doesn't take, a special occasion. I remember that one time when you came home from work and I left a little note in the garage.
On the garage door said, "Leave out my clothes in the garage," and had a rose.
Yeah.
Stapled to the door.
And then when you came in, it was like the rose petals. You had to follow the rose petals. And that was like on a Wednesday, for no special occasion, and it wasn't even about anything sexual or anything like that. It was just being romantic. And when he followed the rose petals, and when he came to wherever I was, I just had a drink waiting for him because I knew he had a long day at work. It's those little bitty things that count, and that's what I constantly keep telling people. It's the little things that count. It's not when you go out and do something grand or things like that.
It don't have to be nothing big and expensive. It can be something intimate and at home, inexpensive.
Exactly.
That makes a big difference.
That's so true.
And also too, fellas, for your spouse or your girlfriend, whomever, buy her lingerie. Buy her lingerie to make the night, that romantic night, that much better. Lady Doc told me one day, she said, if you want to see me in something particular, you go out and buy it. And
exactly.
I did just that. I've gone into stores and I've purchased stuff online, but I probably have bought 80% of the lingerie she owns. That's just me.
Yeah, that's true.
Doing my part, because I know what I want to see her in and what I don't want to see her in. So yeah, I do buy lingerie.
Well, I don't know what you don't want to see me in.
Some nights you go to bed
With what?
Your work clothes on.
Wow, that's some bull.
You do. You go to bed with your work clothes
With
on.
my scrubs on top.
And the badge.
Really?
Yeah.
And my tennis shoes too then.
No, but your socks. Sometimes, not all the time.
Okay. Too much. Anyway, y'all, but it's those little things. And fellas, I know y'all like to kick it with your boys and ladies, I know you like to kick it with your homegirls and stuff like that. But make time for each other. You know, ladies, don't just stay at home with the kids and while he hanging out with the fellas. Fellas, take her out sometimes. Get a babysitter, surprise her. I bet that'll really, really do more than, you know, that's, for me, that's everything. You know, because you know what, I'm going to tell you a quick story real quick. When I first met Poppa Doc, real talk, true story, he really wasn't my type. And that's the truth. But when he called me one day and he said he wanted to take me out, and I told him I did not have a babysitter, and he told me, well, let me take you somewhere with your kids, somewhere where your kids can go. I knew right then and there I was in love. I mean, no one ever wanted to do something for me and my kids, so that alone meant everything to me, you know. So I knew you was a keeper then.
Oh, hold on. So
I
I want your type.
Oh, here we go. You know, I told you I like orange. That's that. I mean, not orange. I mean, light skin. You know.
Remember, send your questions and comments to Poppa Doc and Lady Doc.
But anyway, you know, I bet fellas, if you go and get a babysitter, tell her, that's if y'all have kids. If you don't have kids,
you have no excuse.
Make reservations, or just tell her, get dressed. Or bring her something home that you want to see her in, and tell her, here, I bought you something. Put this on and take her where you want. You know, take her somewhere. Oh my God, that's amazing. Anyways, we're going to close up with that, and we're going to try to jump right on into these question topics and comments, because we don't want to take too much of your time. But we do appreciate y'all listening. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button. That's if you like this. If you don't, you don't have to hit it. Or you can hit the dislike button. We're okay with that too. But meanwhile, we're going to jump right into this so we can get to the point. Where you want to start? You want to start with the questions? Or you want to start with the topics?
We start quick, so we have more questions than topics.
All right. So, let's start here.
You not ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, it's a lot. All right, so we're going to start with this question. It's number one. It says, my boyfriend wants to have sex every day, and I don't. What should I do?
Wow.
Well, I mean, first of all, like, I don't know how old y'all are, but we old. That's a lot of business going on right there. That's
now back in the day in my prime, yeah, but
you know,
maybe you should actually, you know, address this to your boyfriend and let him know that this isn't what you want to do on a daily basis, and it's, you know, it's wearing on you. It's not, you know, it's not good for you, you know, in the long term, you know.
And not only that, find something else to do that's romantic. It ain't gotta be sexually. I mean, y'all got cable, y'all got Netflix, you know, or something like that, or no, it ain't gotta be every day, because you know why? Because
it's gonna play out.
It's gonna play out, and it's gonna get boring.
Yeah,
you're gonna run out of. It's gonna be routine.
Yeah, it's not gonna be special at all.
Exactly. So yeah, you gotta speak up on that, or let him listen to this video and tell him, slow down. You know. All right. So the next one is liking or leaving comments on sexy pictures on social media wrong. Well, Doc, if I was leaving comments on a guy's sexual sexy pictures, would that be wrong for me to do that?
I would think so, yes.
Yeah, and I would think that would be wrong for you too. I mean, you can look, but you ain't got to comment, because just say, for instance, if they were in person, you ain't going to comment in person, right?
True, but let me ask something now. Is it the same if the person, well, the picture that you're looking at is a celebrity versus someone local? For instance, one of your male co-workers versus Michael B. Jordan.
What difference does it make?
Well, see, because yeah, but if Michael B. Jordan has shirt off and you just like the picture versus your homeboy Lamont that works with you in janitorial services, and you like his picture. You know what I'm saying? Is that the same, or is there a difference? For instance, it's like, say me liking a co-worker's picture, say a co-worker by name Susan.
It doesn't matter what
versus
her name
Tara
is.
Banks. Is it the same?
Yeah, what would you say? I mean, Tara Banks, first of all, Tara Banks ain't gonna look at your comment. I mean, so.
You know, I'm
but
saying,
still, I think regardless, it's just a matter of respect.
Yeah.
Especially if your significant other follows you on social media, just be respectful. Because first of all, social media is like way overrated, and it causes a lot of problems. So if you on there and you doing things, don't, just be respectful.
Yeah.
You know.
Think of the shoes on the other foot.
Exactly. So and you know your significant other is watching everything you do. You know, because it's social media. That's what they do. All right, number 4, Doc and Kim. Oh, Doc and Kim, what's one thing you would change of your past from your marriage? Can I go first?
Sure.
What I would change from our marriage in the past is absolutely nothing, because everything that we've been through, went through, and gone through has brought us to where we are today. So if we wouldn't have went through or gone through any of that, we wouldn't be who we are today. So we've learned and we've matured and we've grown from whatever has happened in the past. Your turn.
Can I answer now?
I said your turn.
I agree with everything she said. No, for real, that's the truth. We've gone through some things, some bad things, but it's brought us to this point now. You know, it's brought us to this point to where people have asked us to make documentaries. So I agree with her 100%.
And we'll get into that later on in this. All right, so next question. My husband's fantasy is a threesome. Oh God. I want to do it, but I'm scared of what it may lead to. What advice can you give?
Can I answer that first?
Sure.
This is my thing. If you and your husband truly have agreed on having a threesome, first y'all should talk amongst just the two of y'all, get the rules and all that's laid out.
Exactly.
Make sure that y'all both understand the rules. Once you get that laid out, agree on a woman together. Don't just allow him or her to be
choose.
Yes. And once you find that lady, let her know of y'all rules. And once the actual threesome happens, stick to those rules. Stick to them. Now, once the threesome is over with and you don't like what happened, you didn't get the thrill out of it, or it wasn't what you envisioned, the only thing I suggest for you to do is try it again.
What?
Do it again.
What?
Do not.
No,
give up.
absolutely not.
But
no.
I was answering you. You get your chance.
Okay.
Try it again. Go ahead. That's your turn.
No. If that's something you don't want, don't do it. Let him know you tried it. Hey, you're trisexual. You tried it once. You don't want to do it again. Point blank, period. But everything he said before that, I agree. Rules have to be set, and whoever that third person is, they need to know their role. You're just here to satisfy me and my significant other. You have no other position here, no other reason to be here.
Once it's over with.
Exactly.
That's over with.
You don't get to eat breakfast. You don't get to go to Whataburger afterwards. You none of that. You go. That's it. That's it. So.
Remember that time?
What?
Never. I was gonna say something, but no.
What?
No, I was gonna say something.
Okay, number 2. Oh, Doc, this is your question. It says, what keeps you from having that wandering eye? Or what keeps you faithful? That's a good question. That's what I want to know.
Who wrote that? Who sent that in?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Let me answer that. What keeps me faithful is choice. I choose to be faithful. You know, I don't seek anything. I'm not missing anything, and that's the truth. That's the truth. And I'm telling you this, and I'm not just saying this because she's sitting next to me, but I've told people in the past that Kim switches things up so much to where I'm almost dating or married to a different person. Like, she's switching her up. She'll switch the makeup, the nails, the whole nine. I'm talking on a regular basis. But on a regular basis. So I really don't, you know, have a desire to be unfaithful. And what the wandering eye, every human being has a wandering eye. You know, we might see something that catch our attention. You know, we might, you know, admire it, but it's what you do on the other side. You can admire from a distance, but don't go chasing it. You know, don't try to pursue it. Don't, you know, don't start lusting in your head. You know, so.
Right.
But for me, like I say, I choose to be faithful. That's God honest truth.
That's good, boo.
Yeah.
And plus, you know how to keep it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know that.
Oh, okay. As long as you know.
I know that.
And now you too.
I know that.
Okay. All right, number 3. This is my question. Lady Doc, how submissive is too submissive? That's a good question. I think every wife should be submissive. And I think being too submissive is where she doesn't have her own mind. She can't make her own choices and she can't do her own thing. I think that's too submissive. I think that in a relationship, yeah, you should let your man be the king. You should let him be the king of his castle and you are his queen and you do, you know, your wifey duties. But at the same time, you know, be smart about it. You know, still be your own woman at the same time while being his woman. I hope that makes sense.
It does.
It does?
It does.
Okay. All right, so there are some more questions on here, but y'all know we like y'all to keep coming back. So we're going to answer the rest of the questions on the next one, but we are going to touch on these topics.
A few of them.
A few of them. So, one of the topics are, what are 3 most important things in a relationship?
First and foremost
is God.
God, first and foremost.
Definitely. Without God and that foundation, you have nothing. So, if you have God first, your foundation is already set. So that
number 2 is
communication. You got to be able to talk about things, discuss things, and figure things out. So communication is really important.
And you can't be scared or afraid to talk to your partner about whatever is on your mind.
True.
You can't. You got to share it. You know that you never know. They might be feeling or thinking the same way that you are, but you have to get it out. You know,
True.
It has to be addressed.
And trust. Trust is very, very, very important because I've said this on numerous occasions. There's no love if there's no trust, you know, because I can't love you if I don't trust you. All right. Moving on. Next one is, does outside family really matters? Nope. Not in a marriage it doesn't. The Bible says that your spouse comes before anyone. Before your kids, before your mom, before your dad, before whomever. And whatever goes on in your household needs to stay in your household. Because once you involve family, and once family starts to communicate, make, what's the word I'm looking for?
Once they start
make opinions
taking
sides, that's when things start changing in your relationship. So, no. Outside family does not matter. Whatever, I mean, if you need them for whatever reason, yeah, go to them. But no, it doesn't. And the last one that we're going to touch on is blended families. I think this is very, very, very important. Blended families is hard. It is truly hard, especially in the very beginning. When you first starting out and you have kids from one side and on another side,
you're trying to bring them together and putting them on the same page. You know, it's very hard. We experience it. You know, like I said, we have 5 between the 2 of us. I have 3 girls. She has 2 boys.
Exactly.
And you know, in the beginning, my girls didn't want me to have fun with other kids. You know, for the most part, and her boys was only used to her.
Us 3.
Yeah,
just us.
Then
3.
with their mom. So once we all came together, it was like. It was different personalities. Although they were kids and small, they still had their own personality. It was different personalities.
And it was a different way of the way they were used to being raised. You know?
It's also hard for Lady Doc and I because, you know, we want to give our child the most, you know, and a lot of attention, spend so much money on them. But at the same time, you have other kids that's under your roof as well. So it was real hard. It took all 7 of us to learn this, you know, and it took a while.
It took us all to sit down and talk. That goes back to communication, you know. But now, oh man, you can't tell none of these kids any different that they not blood. You can't. I mean, these kids are like they grew up in the same house from birth.
They spend a lot of time together when they're around each other. When they're not around each other, they on the phone, communicate, they FaceTiming. The boys might go to Dallas and visit the girls, vice versa. The girls come down here. They support they support each other to the fullest. You know, I don't care what each one of them have going on. The other one's gonna support that one at that moment. You know, so they are like.
And you know what? Let me just say one thing too. With a blended family, what's more important than anything is never let the kids see the parents taking sides or arguing or can't agree on something. If there is something that, say for instance, his kid did, we're not going to discuss, or my kid did, we're not going to discuss that in front of those kids, because that's only going to draw them away from each other and for them to choose sides. That's something that should be discussed behind closed doors, you know, at all times. Never, ever, and never talk down on, you know, the other, yeah. You know, or whatever. That is really, really important.
It's hard, but believe me, we got through it, and we, like I said, you can tell, if they was out in put right now, they would address each other as true brothers and sisters. You know, they love each other like they all came from the same set of parents.
True. That is so true. But anyways, so did you want to go on one more, or did you want to go cut it short?
Do one more.
One more? Okay. Staying in touch with your ex. What do you think about that? Absolutely not, because they're an ex for a reason. That's what I think.
It depends. Hold on. It depends on what the circumstance is. Like, for instance, if you and your ex have a small child, and you do have to discuss that child's well-being, I can see that. But if the child has their own cell phone, the child is, you know, grown, or, you know, y'all ain't have kids, no, you shouldn't even.
Don't be calling talking about the child sneezed today or the child coughed today. You ain't got to call for that.
But there are some ex relationships that's good to where, you know, they communicate, you know, and either the 2 men now are friends, or you know, get along.
It take a lot of maturing for that. That's not always. Yeah, I mean.
But it's not all bad.
That's not all bad, because in our situation, we, you know, we not like that. I could pick up the phone and call our ex-wife at any moment. Yes, she's our ex-wife, you know, because we went through it together, you know, and I don't have a problem with her. Yeah, take that drink. I don't have a problem with it, you know, but she don't have a problem with it because we have kids that are involved. Yeah. But if there's no kids that are involved, and it's just that person is just an ex, they're ex for a reason. You moved on and they moved on. Let it go.
Let it go.
All right. So let's. We don't want to take too much. I mean, I think we've been going for a minute.
Yeah, probably have.
Yeah. So let's end it now. We truly, once again appreciate it. We appreciate y'all time. We appreciate the love. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe.
And don't forget to send your comments, topics, and questions to Poppa and Lady.
Y'all know what that's about. But anyway, have a good Sunday. Peace.